Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe. Can I get a Okay, so today, usually I do my intro when my makeup's already done, but it's a review, so I want to go through, not have a tainted view and spoil it right at the beginning. So I want to go through the Makeup by Mario new collection, and the reason why I'm doing my makeup after is because I don't want to just come in from the beginning and be like, oh my god, this is great, because then maybe we'll discover stuff along the way that might make your perception of the collection better or worse. I just want to give you like full control over how you perceive it, so I want to go through it with you. I'm going to be looking at this collection as a makeup artist and as a consumer. I think that a lot of people are coming up with brands now, of course. Like, why not get your coins? I think that's awesome, and I think it's long overdue that Mario came out with his own line. He is a super passionate makeup artist and very well thought out. I kind of skimmed the booklet already that came with the whole collection, so I'm excited to go through it with you. I haven't touched anything. I've just kind of like lightly skimmed through the booklet, the instructions, or I guess the inspiration behind each product. So I want to go through that with you. And I think this is a collection that's more geared towards makeup artists, but is also super, you know, your average, everyday, regular person friendly, which is great because I think it's important to have both. But there are brushes in here, there are palettes, there's mixing mediums. Let's start with the brushes. So I got the whole kit here. Very nice, and I think it's really cool that Mario's kind of maintained being a makeup artist, active working makeup artist. First thought before even touching anything is that, is this going to be the same lab and formula and everything as like Kylie Cosmetics and KKW Beauty? Because I mean, obviously they're really close. Mario has been Kim Kardashian's makeup artist for a long time, so I'm like, are we seeing the same thing but maybe different packaging? We'll find out pretty soon. There's one thing that I think is different, which is the mixing mediums here. But anyways, let's get through it and see what we got here. So this is the this is the PR package. It looks very much like a makeup artist briefcase, I guess. And there are some brushes, there are some palettes, there are some face things. So we're gonna get through all of it. I'm excited to see, and also not surprised by the thought that goes into this. It's not just like a influencer slapping a name on something and trying to make it hype. It seems to be quite well thought out. I'm gonna get into these brushes first. I'm not the most graceful girl. Not sure if you know that. The reason why I want to get into the brushes first is because I'm going to be using this to put the products on. So looks like we've got kind of your 4 brushes that are one-sided, like a blending brush, smaller blending brush, packing on product brush, and a smaller brush. And then we have this, which I know that Mario does kind of contour with smaller brushes, and I'm a big brush person, so we'll see how that goes. To get started, I'm just going to go to the first page, see what's Gucci. So we have the Master Matte. So let's get into that. We're getting into eyes. Let's zoom in. So this is what the Master Matte's palette looks like. Has a mirror in it, which is dope. If you are a consumer makeup artist, still cool. And what I like about these two palettes, so there's a Master Mattes and there's Master Metallics. Actually, when I was working as a makeup artist, I would separate my mattes and my metallics or frosts or whatever, because if one eyeshadow broke and you have a bunch of mattes and there's a bunch of frosty shadows in there, and make all your mattes frosty. So I try and keep my mattes and my sparkly or frosty shades separate. I think this is very smart from a makeup artist perspective. Let's see what he says. Okay, so it's actually inspired by human skin tones, a technique I've used for many years. Concealers, foundations, deeper tones to contour and shape the eye, which is what I do. I use my bronzer in my crease and to contour my nose, and as my transition color, concealer as to cut the crease. I think a lot of people actually do that. For me, this technique results in the most natural looking blend and effect on the eyes. I created this palette to help achieve the soft blended look that I love, but in a much simpler, faster way. Really love that, because because I think it's easy to get caught up in trying to have every single eyeshadow, and as a makeup artist that's not really realistic to carry around that much stuff. So this is dope so far. Haven't tried them yet. Whenever I buy a palette, I'm not so much focused on the shade name or anything like that. I just kind of go for what I feel is great. So today I'm actually not going to do my crease with the nose contour color. I'm just going to go in with the shadows. They should always be used dry and designed to simplify your eyeshadow blending technique because each shade complements all skin tones. You can blend seamlessly into your skin as you're applying, quick and easy. Love quick and easy. Also, these are multi-use. There's a note in here that you can use certain shades in your brows, which I can totally see. I think, can I use? Yeah, I could probably use this one in my brows, but I'm more of a brow pomade or brow gel type of girl, you know? I like a big brush, so I'm gonna go into the brush that looks like this. Oh, EF2. Okay. So I'm going to go into this shade here because it looks almost like my skin tone that I want to look when it's tanned. And I'm just going to blend that into the crease. If that is too dark and pigmented, then I'll go into a lighter shade. It is pretty pigmented, and you can see how it's kind of like a little bit blotchy. I don't think that's anything to do with the quality of the shadows. That's just I am not honest with myself about my skin tone. I'm a little bit lost my summer skin. So I'm going to go into a lighter shade, which is this one in the corner here, just to blur that out. I'm going to do kind of like a normal makeup look today. So kind of mixing those two shades, which are stacked right on top of each other. And I'll just blend that out. It's a little bit hard to tell what I feel about the consistency of the eyeshadows so far because I'm kind of using colors that are similar to my skin tone. But so far, they seem like they are blending quite well. I respect Mario very much as an artist, so I doubt that he'd come up with some trash eyeshadows. But again, sometimes it's not so much what someone else thinks is good for you, it's how you blend and what you think looks good on you and how you use eyeshadows. So don't always just take anyone's word for it that these are the best kinds, because I've tried lots of things that people love that didn't work for me and things that work for me that other people did not love. So anyways, I think I'm just gonna go into another brush. This one is the E5, so a smaller blending brush, and I'm gonna go into this brown shade here. And let's just, that'll be better to see how these eyeshadows are. And again, same thing with brushes too. Like every artist I think has their own set of favorite brushes. I think Mario has likes to use smaller brushes than maybe I do, but so far these are kind of nice. And with this darker shade, I'm able to see the pigment of the shadows a little bit better, so I can get my nice snatched eye with these. Well, cool. Yeah, this is nice. And I really do believe that there is kind of color for everybody in here. I'm going to try and do my best to have a completed look while testing as many shadows as I can. I know that Mario was behind a lot of the formulation and color choices. I don't know about color choices actually, but perfecting the formula for the KKW Beauty makeup line. So it's pretty cool to be able to create your own thing, especially when you've, been using a muse your whole life. I think it's dope to create your own thing when you've been helping somebody else grow. Okay, we'll see how that is. Just for fun, I'm gonna take this color here, which is a very hard color for me to find, but one that I really like, a light peach color, and just brighten my lid here. I'm gonna go over this because I want to try those cream metallic shades, but yeah, that's a nice color. Okay, so anyways, I think that the formula seems very nice. I mean, it's like a staple rather than it being something super exciting. Like, I think everyone could have this in their makeup kit and it's all shades that you would use. Is it like super exciting in terms of, it's innovative and creative? Only because it's all mattes together like this, and so I think some people might find this boring, but these are like the most useful shades that you can find. And again, I think this is just something everyone should kind of have in their makeup kit. And I do like the way that they blend too. So as much as this might seem like, oh, whatever, I think it's cool to have a bunch of mattes together, and I like that it's all in one palette. I think this is very makeup artist friendly. I feel like this is like super everyday person friendly. I don't think anyone could ever do bad with any of these shades in their palette, so I would recommend this too. And there's even some nice like burgundy colors, so you can go super warm or super cool, more on the plum side. There's one blue in there. If you want to just do something bright, I think this is important to have. I want to see what this black is like because, oh yeah, that's good. It's hard to find a nice black shadow, but that one seems to be pretty black, so into it. Maybe I'll just put a little bit of it on there along my lash line, really lightly, because I plan to do so much with my eyes today. I just want to add a little bit of drama for you, Mom. Yeah, it's hard to tell because I have so much on and I want to leave room for other things to be added. So anyways, next up, let's do the Master Metallics. So since becoming a makeup artist, I've always used shades in the metallic family that are universal and very flattering on all skin tones. When creating the Master Metallics palette, I began researching the human body to find hues we all have within us as humans. The result is the shades you see here. The formula is very creamy and buildable, can be used wet or dry. I love to apply these shadows with my fingers. Say no more, fam, because that's what I'm finna do. You can use any of the shades alone or mix and blend them with other formulas when you don't want to spend a lot of time. Just swipe a shadow across the lid with your fingertips and go. I love that because I'm huge on finger blending. So this is the Master Metallics. Again, I really love that the mattes and the metallics are in separate palettes because you break a metallic and it blends on the other metallics, no problem. These, I think you can use as contour for your eye to create any shape and then enhance with a little metallic shadow. So far I'm loving it. I'm gonna use it with my finger because I'm very excited that someone's actually celebrating finger gang right here. Let's go into, first of all, that's a beautiful color. Do I want to do that today? Not sure. They seem to be nice. Also, a swatch always looks good, so I'm not totally just banking my whole view on these on that. You know what? Let's be wild today. Why not? Let's go into this guy right here because I'm the most sexually attracted to that color. And let's blend that on the lid with the finger as recommended. Oh, yeah. I don't want to just use one of these, so I'm going to try and figure out how to finesse another shade on here, even though I don't like to wear a ton of shades, but this looks beautiful. I love that it's kind of this teal color with this green / blue reflex in it. I think it's very pretty. And this would even be good just like under the eye. Oh, great. Who knows how long I've been out here with this dot on my chin. Anyways, let's build on that. I'm going to go into this kind of olive shade here. Put that on the lid. So we have multi-dimension finish. That's what it was. About that on my chin, I think. This is a review, not a full look, but we're gonna make it a look. Again with the olive shade. Honestly, anything that is finger friendly, I'm all over. Just make this nice and smoky. Cool. I mean, let's go into this gold and see what that's all about. Right here. I mean, I still want to try and use this other formula in here, but I think these two blended together could be really nice. Yeah, that's neat. Right in the inner corner and then blending it out. And I think what I'll do is just carry a little bit of that teal shade here and just connect these shadows so it's kind of like an ombre of greens. Go really nice. Whenever I want to put in shape, I'll use more matte colors, but when I want to just, you know, bedazzle / bedazzle, then I'll go in with the shimmer shades. I don't find much use in trying to create shape with shimmer shades, so that's why I think the two together are really cool. With a nice little finger blend, looking like a sea monstrous. Ugh, I keep putting this on my chin, sorry. Oh. Anyways, I'll fix it later. So far, I think that's very pretty with the sparkle and everything. So let's move on. Let's see what's next in the book. We're trying stuff out. Okay, so the Master Metals. Very excited about this. I think this is super cool, innovative as an artist. So I want to wash my hands first, actually. Let me just stop being a dirty bitch. So for the Master Metals, I personally don't think that there is a brush that can accommodate all your needs in his line just yet. That means nothing because, like I said, everyone has their own, you know, vibe on which brush they like to use for what. But I think I'm still going to try and do a liner with these. I mean, they're mostly blending brushes, it looks like, but for this particular palette, there comes a removable tray so you can clean it easily, which is great if you're a makeup artist. Yeah, comes out easy. And then a little spatula to scrape colors. He encourages mixing colors to make your own vibe, you know. They can be used wet or dry. I'm gonna use it wet because there's a little mixing medium that comes with this. Let's let's just see what it looks like if we mix some of these together. So I'm just gonna scrape a bit. One other thing I'll mention is that this mixing medium here, Master Metal Manipulator, can be dropped into the palette immediately, or it can be mixed afterwards, I think. But I'm gonna try it after just to see what it's like. So I'm gonna go in with the EF1. I'm just gonna mix that in our little palette here. Maybe getting the little thing there. And even though we did all this work, you know what? Let's just use this as a liner. So I'm just gonna, oh yeah, that's actually really nice. I'm gonna go a little bit above where I would do my liner because I want to try his liner out. That's dope, actually. This was the thing I think is the most innovative and most exciting, because I feel like this is really made for makeup artists, which I think is nice, you know. Sorry to be the worst. I think the majority of makeup coming out now is made for just consumers, and there's no new makeup artist brands. So I think this is really cool if you're like backstage, you need a cream. I think this would be dope. I really like that a lot. Swing it out a little bit. That's really pretty. And then I see why it's removable, because you can just, that was ghetto, I shouldn't have done that, but just clean it out and use it for your next client. This gives me MAC vibes, but maybe more user-friendly because it simplifies things, like to bring out a mixing medium, a spatula and all that stuff, and this comes with everything. I think that's genius. So I'll just use a wet brush to kind of pull it out. Cool. Okay, so moving on, there is a, oh, interesting. So this is a Master Pigment Pro pencil in super black. So it has a little brush on the end. I guess you can kind of like wiggle it to buff it out. I don't know what I'm going to use. I want to use everything in here, kind of. There's one in brown too. I'm just making a mess. Just so me. I feel that Mario's someone who does stuff from the heart, which is why I think this line is so exciting. I don't review every single line that comes out, but I think this is like super dope. He says, I created the Master Metals partly because I wanted something special for the times I'm craving more fun and drama. Me. The shades are inspired by natural metals found within the earth, and the product is based on the technique of combining mixing mediums with loose metal pigments, condenses the whole technique into one tight palette that's quick and easy to clean, which I get from the removable little tray. I love to create, mix, and blend, and this palette really feeds that desire. If you're short on time, you don't need to scrape the powder into the tray. You can add a little Master Metal Manipulator, which is the liquid, to the tray. Dip your brush into the liquid, then dip that into the powder, transforming the shadow into a full coverage waterproof metal finish, which we saw that. You can use this technique to cut the crease and create a liquid metal liner, which we did, and it's super fast and effective. The colors work beautifully mixed together, so I hope you're inspired to create your own shades. Okay, listen, I was a little basic today, but I think you could create some really dope color combinations with these. Okay, so next up we have the Master Mattes Brightening Pencil in Light 1. So I'm gonna use this to fill my waterline. I think this is just something good that everyone should have in their makeup kit, just like a pencil to brighten their waterline. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully I don't get red eyes. Feels fine in the eye. I use these light pencils a lot. Sorry, I poked myself in both my eyes somehow. And then we have the Master Pigment Pro pencil, the Perfect Brown. Let's see if it's really purple. I'm just going to wiggle a little bit along the bottom lash line. Then I'm going to flip over to the pencil side, blend it out with a nice blur effect. This will work really good with the light pencil because it'll really draw and make my eyes look a little bit bigger. But I'm using this color instead of the black because I find that black can be a little bit harsh sometimes. I already got a lot going on, so let's keep it like a little bit more low key. All right, let's try the liquid liner in super black. Oh, so it's like a felt tip pen. Some of them are like mini brushes. Wish that this fit on the end, but that's okay. Just don't lose the tip. So let's do a little bit of liquid liner, and I'm gonna go just below where we did the kind of copper color, just making sure I'm not playing myself by having some eyeshadow on my hand because I've been stabbing myself this whole video, let's be real. And I'm just gonna use this to kind of shape the shadow that we've done. Ooh. And I'll just blend it out like that. Make a little boo-boo like I just did. Oops, that was not intentional. Just gonna smooth it out. And I'm more focused on the way that the top looks than the bottom because I'm gonna snatch this with some concealer after because I've made such a mess underneath. Sometimes eyeliner just really be looking like this, so I'm going to show you how to correct that in a second because I'm just having one of those bad eyeliner days, and I think that's good to leave it in because I want to show you how to fix it if you're in a rush or if you're just the worst at eyeliner like I seem to be today. So if you're like me and you're the worst, you can take a little bit of your concealer and a snatching brush, same thing that you do your eyebrows with. I don't think I've ever done this bad on my eyeliner in a video yet, but it's not because of the liner. This is actually my favorite type of liner. What I do is just clean it up with some concealer and move on. You know what I mean? So we'll just be like, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. It's fashion, living our best lives here still. And just snatch it and catch it. Then it'll look nice and smooth, and we can go in again afterwards and correct the top part. So it's nice and smooth, but I feel like the top is okay. And again, it's not the eyeliner. I think the eyeliner is just fine. It's actually very black and seems to be staying on really well. I think I'm just having a bad eyeliner day. I'll also take a little bit and go underneath the eye to snatch it. Yeah, I mean, let's just do a little line in the inner corners there. Alright, so that's the eyeliner. I think actually I really like it. I just like a felt tip rather than the little bristles personally. But one thing I've also been curious to get to know on a deeper level is the Master Eye Prep and Set. Oh, eye primer kit. Okay, so I might have done that a little bit wrong. So I actually thought these were little contour palettes, but it says it is the Master Eye Prep and Set eye primer kit. So I am just gonna figure out what the heck this is. Oh, here we go. So my Master Eye Prep and Set kit comes in 3 colorways for different skin tones. Each set features 2 shades of primer for custom blending and a translucent powder to set the lids. Okay, my bad. When I'm applying eyeshadow, I tend to use a couple different pigments and translucent powder to prime and shape the look. When I want to create a more natural look, I use a darker primer shade, and when I want a more dramatic look, I'll use a lighter shade to brighten, make the shadow pop. Because I love a natural eyeshadow application, I often use a translucent powder to set the eyelid before applying shadow. It's also great for buffing out and blending. The whole kit is perfect for touching up your look on the go. Okay, so in the beginning I actually said, oh my goodness, I'm just gonna buff away the creasing in my eye, and that was from concealer that I put on my eye. I do wish that I tried this, so I'll have to use this in a different look, but I'm just gonna take the powder in the medium Master Eye Kit and just kind of set underneath my eyes. Actually, this is actually a very nice setting powder, to be honest. Blends really nice and feels very silky soft. Oh yeah. I thought these were whole contour kits, so my bad on that. I would like to try this as a primer. It feels almost like a concealer, but is a little bit more sheer, as you can see on my tattoo. It is covering it, so for me, I have very veiny eyelids, but I think this would be a nice way to, let me just see here. It's really hard to tell because I didn't do it on my eyes, and I'm really sorry about that, but I do really like the powder. I feel like it is good, almost like a touch-up powder, because my pores look small. Ooh, it's very frustrating. I thought I was doing this the right way, but apparently it was not. Anyways, let's move into the Master Crystal Reflection. These are highlighters, so I just want to see, they look more of like a sparkle than a highlight, I guess, but I actually like that for more of a, like a wet look. This is a very golden shade. Ooh, this is my jam for sure. You know what, I'm just gonna do this with my fingers, and then I'm gonna see how it's meant to be used real quick. Wow, that is beautiful. Wow. I like this because, you know what, I'm not really into the white streak that makes it look like a highlight. I like it to look almost like wet skin. So do a little tip of my nose, give a nice little highlight. I think this is to catch the light more than anything. Yeah, this is beautiful. Both the top lid, inner corners a little bit. Ooh, I think this would be nice as an inner corner highlight. This is very bright. Oh, this is the Master Secret Glow highlighter. I'm like, oh, I was sent an empty pan, but I was not. I'm just dumb. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna try. This is supposed to not disrupt your makeup underneath. Oh, that's really nice. I would say if you're oily, keep it just in the places where I'm putting it, like the very top. I'm actually surprised that this is not messing up my makeup underneath because I have such fair skin on my face. Well, it's actually gotten a lot better, but I have a bit of more fair skin on my face and it's darker on my body, so I usually use a darker foundation to make it match. And I usually find that any type of liquid that I put on over top, it kind of lifts my makeup off, but this is like, oh, hasn't lifted anything. I really like this. Yeah, this is really nice. Master Secret Glow Highlighter. I would say out of any cream like this, I don't know that I've seen anything that has not disrupted my makeup underneath, but this one definitely totally does not. So I'm really shook by that. I didn't even expect this to be my thing that I thought was the most impressive, but I think this and the Master Metals have been my things that I've been most blown away by. Now, it's all fine and dandy to have a liquid highlight, but does it mix well with bronzer? We're about to find out. I don't know if you're supposed to do this before makeup or not, but I'm going to take my Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish. Wow. I was expecting a line from where I stopped the highlight. Wow. Okay, I was like, okay, cool. All of our bases are covered, a normal eyeshadow palette, like some kind of cool colors with the metallics, but this is innovative. I have never really seen it fully not lift my makeup underneath. This is very exciting. I'm shook. Usually if I do a gloss highlight and then do my bronzer after, I can see the line from where I started my gloss highlight and my powder bronzer, so that's huge. I think that's really dope, especially if you're like me and you have a different foundation shade than what your skin is. Wow, I'm shook. Okay, cool. Let's contour the nose. Same Makeup Forever powder. I'm obsessed with this gloss on my cheeks. Very nice. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Dark Star Mascara by Pat McGrath Labs. Also, it would be really dope if you guys let me know what Halloween looks you want to see, because I don't know, this year I want to participate. Usually I don't. I'm gonna do that all over, and I'll do it on the bottom too. So that pencil that we kind of blurred underneath is gonna act like a little shadow or halo. I'm shook at that gloss still. To our eyelashes to kind of make them look longer, and then the lighter color in the waterline is going to make our eyes look more open. So we're just team big eyes right now. Next I'm going to take some used, my favorite type of lash, Ella Lashes by Lily Lashes. I just feel like used lashes already fit to your eye and they just kind of look better, so I'm going to put those as close as I can to my lash line. Also not breathe. Same thing on the other side. And I'll give them a nice little pinch to lift them. And I think for lips, I'm just gonna put on the lip gloss because Mary doesn't have lip products yet, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of gloss bomb and let's take this headband off. Okay, so makeup is on, headband is off. Final thoughts of this collection. I feel like Mario has come out with staples that everyone kind of needs in their makeup kit. I think that the collection is really well thought out. For example, having the mattes all together and the metallics all together. I really like the Master Metals. I think that's genius, especially with the removable tray. Eyeliners, I feel like I'll have to see over time, but they're just good to have in a makeup line. I feel like it's not like incredibly innovative, but I think it's genius to have in your makeup line. Those three things I have in my makeup kit all the time: a long wearing brown, long wearing deep black, and waterline pencil that's lighter, as well as a pen, felt tip pen, eyeliner. I think those are genius. I am also really into the gloss for the skin. The highlighters are beautiful. They reflect gorgeous. I feel like this is a good way to kind of dip your toe in and just get everything you need to start a good makeup kit. I'm really excited to see what Mario comes out with later on. As I said before, I feel like this is like a great starter kit to get everything that you've seen from him and his makeup looks all in one collection. I think you can execute with these products. I wish I used the eye primer properly, so I'm gonna have to do that in another video, but I am really excited for Mario and his makeup line. I think it's beautiful. I like the eyeshadows. Some things I was really stoked about, like I said before, and I'm excited to see where this line grows. I thought it was gonna be really similar to like Kylie or KKW Beauty products, but it is its own thing, which I'm really happy about, because I think sometimes like big companies can kind of sway someone who's so artistic to do what they want, and I really feel like this is very well thought out and something that is just from Mario, especially with the pamphlet and the book and the way it's designed. I'm just like excited to see where he goes with this. Let me know if you're gonna cop anything. You know, I want to hear everything. If you like this review, whatever. If you want to see more reviews, let me know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Love yourself. Love, 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 love yourself. Stay pretty, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care.